All right, my loves. I had a couple people request kind of some very basic beginner tips on weaving. And so today we're going to very quickly and very kind of briefly discuss some like key beginner pointers when it comes to weaving. First and foremost, you will always have the option to get wood ring clamps. You can get these for like $6 to $10 over on Amazon. I do, or I will, because again, I really just wanted to hop on and do this for you guys. I will have a link in the description of this video. Um, Eventually, if you're watching this live, it's not there right now. That says tools. All of the tools that I use will be listed in that link with where to get them from. But this is just a basic ring clamp you can use to clamp your base wires down if you so choose. All you have to do is take this little wedge out. You have two options. You've got a squared out edge and then this rounded edge here. It's user preference. You do want to always make sure that when you go to weave that all of your wires are as straight as they possibly can be, first and foremost. One tip I will say, if you have a really, really long weave, we'll pretend that this is 3 feet of wire rather than, the 5-6 inches that it is. Say you need to weave, and again, I'm exaggerating, but the full 3 feet of the wire, or 2.5 feet of the wire. You are going to save yourself a lot of hassle if you start from the center and work your way out rather than trying to start on one edge, on one end, and work with all of these wires. It eliminates how much wire you have to kind of wrestle with. And you can still use the ring clamp to do this. So you just put your wire in and put the little wedge in there to make sure it's nice and tight, and then you can start weaving from the center. Once you've woven as far as you'd like, you can take it out, flip it over, and weave the other way. All you need to do is take your weaving wire and basically start it halfway, right? So if you grab 70 inches of wire to weave with, 35 inches in, you'll start and then just kind of let the rest hang off. Work one side, flip it, work the other side. So that is a tip for that. What else? You can also use basic clamps like this. You could get this at Hey Lorraine, hey MJ. You can also get one of these at like your local, honestly, Walmart or hardware store. You can get one of these clamps and use it the same way as the ring clamp. If you don't want to wait for a ring clamp, these will work pretty well. And now I'm going to kind of showcase some of the weaving tips that I have. Like I said a few minutes ago, you always want to start with straight wires. So it is advantageous to go ahead and start by taking the time to straighten all your wires to begin with. You can use a pair of nylon jaw pliers to go one by one and straighten your wires if you like. And that's what we'll do here, because I think I had one that had a little bit of a kink in it. You can just straighten those wires. That. And then another thing you can do, instead of, depending on the weave, feeling like you need all of your wires together at the same time, I use surgical clamps. Nice. You can start with just your base wire, right? And I'm not going to delve into a bunch of different weaving techniques, but I'm just going to throw just some basic pointers to keep in mind, again, if you're just now learning how to weave. So I'm going to start with my base wire. And it does help if you leave a little off the end to just have a little more control. And then notice how when I lay my wire down, I truly am laying it down. I'm not treating it like thread. I am treating it like a piece of metal, right? Which is exactly what it is. So I lay my wire down and then fold it around. And then you can actually go ahead and add wires as you go. And so my other perspective, my issue is I wrap. I thought I asked to bend the wires, so working on that. My issue is I wrap too. I'm not understanding what you're trying to say, MJ. So my advice is always to lay your wire where you want it to go before you hassle with your base wires, right? So I already know that this wire is going to go up the back, and so I'm going to lay it there to begin with. And then we'll introduce my next wire. Again, you lay your wire down. Don't pull. Never pull when you're weaving. Make sure you're setting your wire where you want it to go without putting any like pressure on your base wire. So I'm just laying my wire down, and then I'm going to send it through very gently. You're just guiding it through, not pulling it through. And then I use my fingernail to kind of guide it where I need it to be. Again, laying my wire where I want it to go, and then introducing my base wire. Laying my wire down, and then sending it through, right? And if you get into the habit of doing that, it'll get you a nice clean weave. So once I've laid my wire down, I'm very, very gently, I'm not even pulling on this. I'm just guiding it between my base wires and then using my thumb to just kind of push it into place rather than pulling it into place. And this will help you keep a nice clean weave. I'm trying to think if there's any more pointers that I want to give as far as like just kind of the basics of weaving. I think that's kind of it. Again, focus on not pulling on your wire. Don't treat it like a string because it's not a string. It is metal. And, you know, lay your wire down, put it where it's supposed to go before you send it between your base wires. And I'm going to do another very slow. I'm going to zoom in and we'll do one more to kind of showcase what I'm doing. So I'm laying it down and then very gently guiding it through, right? Laying it down, sending it through. Lay it down. And then if you get in the habit of those two motions, again, it'll help you keep a nice clean weave. And notice how because I'm not pulling, it's keeping my wires aligned with each other. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. I know this is like just a really, really quick video, and I may go back and like redo it, but I had a couple people on Facebook asking for some pointers on weaving, and so I wanted to kind of put this out here for you guys. Obviously my nails are not in great shape as far as like tutorial aesthetic, but I did just want to throw that out there for you guys so that you have it, so that hopefully it will help at least one person. And I'm sure I'll think of other things I should have said after I end this video, but again, if I think of a lot of things, I may come back and redo this video later, but I hope that helps. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.